start with, we're going to do a perpendicular bisector first of a triangle, and then we're going to do an angle bisector, which actually creates right triangles. So the first thing that I want you to do is write perpendicular bisector. We know this is this perpendicular symbol, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is perpendicular, and we're going to say
What's the congruent statement?
that means like angle D is congruent to angle E.
Oh.
Or like side AB is congruent to DC. Okay, anyways, perpendicular bisectors. The first thing that I'm going to want you to draw is try your best to draw kind of like an equilateral triangle, I guess. I'm going to use a couple lines. I'm probably going to use like 3 lines, and I'm going to call it each angle like the vertex. Well, I guess it's not a vertex because it's not isosceles. Try your best to make an equilateral triangle, and then we'll label it. So I'm going to call this A, B is over here, and then C is at the top. So what we're going to do is we are going to create a perpendicular bisector that comes from the vertex for angle C and cuts down and basically cuts this in half. What are you doing?
Yes, yogurt.
Yogurt.
Cashew yogurt?
Okay, so anyways, we're gonna say A or CD. So I want you to put a D down here. CD is the perpendicular bisector of this triangle. So what that's gonna do is that's going to create a 90-degree angle because it is a perpendicular bisector. So I want you to put that little 90-degree angle on both sides of the bisector. So technically, if this is 90, then this is 90 because a straight line adds to make 180, right?
Just make a triangle.
Yes. So basically now you have 2 triangles that have been reflected on both sides and they share segment CD. What's that property called?
Reflexive.
Line.
Reflexive property because they share that side. And that's actually going to make AD congruent.
Reflexive property?
No, Ian, you're taking a test.
Destroyed.
What we're going to say over here is based on that information, we're going to say AD, segment AD is congruent to what segment? BD. And since those are congruent, this is also telling me this is technically a theorem that AC is congruent to BC.
Cheese.
And another piece of information that we're going to write is the third thing, which is angle D is a right triangle. Can you stop? Gosh. You should be copying this. And then, oh, right triangle, not a right triangle, right angle. And then we're going to throw some math into it. You ready to do some math?
No.
Easy peasy.
No.
Easy peasy. We're going to do 2 examples total.
Wait, I wrote AC equals AC.
E? There's not even an E in the picture.
I meant AC.
Well,
I
fix
wrote
it.
AC equals AC.
Okay. So the information I'm going to give you is that segment FH is a perpendicular bisector to EG. And what we're trying to find here, and we'll draw our picture after, find EH and EG and Y. And then I'll draw your little picture for you. So same thing, I want you to try to make an equilateral triangle. We're going to split it in half because this is like the given information. This problem would like be given to you.
Aren't you supposed to put a line over EH? EG?
Hmm?
You put a line over EH and EG.
EH and EG.
Like in the thing.
Oh, in this?
Yeah.
Technically, it can have the line. Technically, it doesn't have to have the line. Sometimes I'll have it both ways.
Yeah. Just,
You know, I just realized this, but Garrett's gonna come over here and wonder why are you like top hats?
Like, this is not how the class normally is. Usually, it's crazy. Okay, so I want you to take a minute. Use what I just told you. Since I know that this is a perpendicular bisector, you know, pieces of these two triangles are congruent to each other.
I don't want to watch this video. I'll just be like, what's missing in class? What do I need to do?
That's a possibility.
Question. Since it says this twice, does that mean there are like two things that I have to put?
Yeah, one's saying an angle's congruent, and then one's the final statement.
Oh. Okay.
My birthday's May 17th. 5/17.
Oh.
Does anybody have an idea of where to start? Maybe
Yeah, I
just in case somebody's like lost. Ayla, tell me.
You said EX minus 37.
EX?
I mean 8x minus 37 equals 5x plus 17.
Okay, perfect. So this, if you're lost in the sauce, this is where you need to start.
I didn't mean to see.
Because those are congruent. You know those two are congruent, so you should be able to solve for x. Because those are going to be congruent. Even though they don't have the congruency statements, you know that it's congruent, and you can add them in there because it tells you it's a perpendicular bisector. If it's bisecting it, bisect means that they're equal.
17 plus 37.
I don't know. Go get a calculator.
Going
I'm not your walking calculator. Do some mental math.
No, I'm not Patrick.
That's what I'm saying. Get a calculator.
Green Carson.
No,
No, Patrick, on the same thing.
Patrick.
Both of them.
Same
Mostly,
thing.
we like write
There's-
some answers and then
The
get
corporate needs to find you. Need you to
Most of you
identify
guys could do that.
These two
Gross.
pictures, Patrick and Carson. They're the same picture. It's X 18.
What is x?
18.
Noise. Is this what we got, people?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So now use the information to plug in the rest of the stuff. Your goal is to figure out what EH equals, EG, and Y.
What? Oh, yeah.
This is X. That's not one of my solutions. I don't even really need that, but I need that to find the other things.
They equal 107.
Hmm?
They equal 107.
Yeah. What else do I need to find? Oh. Oh, crap. What do we get for Y?
-8.
Jenna, what did you get for Y?
-8.
Okay, nice. Keep going if you're still working.
I already got it done.
Oh, yeah, it is.
We're only doing one other problem.
EG equals 214.
That's perfect. Everything so serious. Once you're fighting somebody with like the you'd be like, whatever. Your notebook check.
Whatever. Notes should be the easiest grade you have. Literally. Okay. So let's do the next thing. So this was perpendicular bisector. Now we're gonna do an angle bisector. I need to flip my page though. Does anybody have any questions on this problem?
No, this is really easy.
Easy peasy? This is 5.1.
This is my favorite kind of math.
If you want to check it, it's your test, not mine.
Favorite from unit 4.
Like the answer key? No, I'm gonna grade it. What? Bold. Is that what you said? You said bold?
No.
Oh. Okay. The next thing we're going to talk about is angle bisector. So it's going to be super quick as well. So angle bisector. So I want you to draw some angle with arrows at each end. Ian, why don't you get out a piece of paper?
Because I'm far behind anyway.
This, you can start on the back. I'm starting on the back. And then you can copy the front. So I want you to draw any angle. I'm going to make mine a cute because it's cute. It's cute and it's tiny and it's sweet. Okay, then what you're going to do is it's an angle bisector. What does bisect mean?
It goes through.
It's cutting in half, right through the middle. So we're going to cut this in half. We're going to create an angle bisector. So using your angle, make an angle bisector. Try your best. You're trying your best to split it in half. Okay. I want you to label it BAC. I need your phone. I'll trade your phone.
Yeah, what if they don't have
Then I take their lunchbox. So if they forget it,
What if they don't have a lunchbox?
I take something. I used to take shoes, but I don't want to smell your stink feet anymore.
Take your line.
Yeah.
Okay, I want you to put points where B and C are, and then Ray D also has a point, so we're just gonna draw some points at those. And I know your picture is not perfect, James.
I'm literally right next to you.
Okay, put your phone away.
Get James.
That's it.
So if Ray, and I spelled it wrong, so I made my C into an S. Ray AD bisects angle BAC, we could say some information. What's one thing? If I know it's an angle bisector, can somebody tell me the two angles that are congruent by like naming them, Sid? I can't say ABD.
DAB.
So I could say angle BAD is congruent to what? DAC. I should technically, if you say DAB, then you could say DAC. But if I start with the outside angle, ABD, the way I wrote it, then I should technically start with the outside angle. But yours is right. I just wrote it the opposite way. Angle CAD. So I'm going to put my congruent marks in there.
Wait,
Did I write it wrong?
Yeah, BAD.
Oh, I put BAC.
Oh, she's a.
Oh, Andrew gets extra credit. He's the
she's
first
a
one to say
ding
it.
dong.
I am a ding dong.
I realized.
Where's my extra credit sticking out? Here it is.
Oh yeah.
How many points are there all when all of the extra credit is added up?
Also, if you had extra credit, I added it to the test that you just took. I did it yesterday. So when I pass back your test, it says like a different score, but in focus, it's more than what it says on your paper. Okay? And I went back and I changed it like yesterday after school, I'm pretty sure. Where's my whiteout? Here it is. We got to keep it close because I make mistakes a lot.
League of Legends.
Whoop.
BAD spelled bad.
Angle bad. Okay, so I want you to put your angle congruency right there.
Looks like vowel.
Your little arcs. What else this theorem tells you? Shh. The other thing this theorem tells you is that BD, segment BD, and you're probably like, what the heck, is perpendicular to BA. What? Because we're going to draw on some stuff. So what I just said was BD is congruent, not congruent, is perpendicular to BA. So I want you to connect the 2 points that we have, and this is actually creating a 90-degree angle. If we did a construction of this, it would be a 90-degree angle. And then also it's going to be the other one. The third thing I'm going to say is DC is perpendicular to AC. So you're going to connect a segment going DC to AC, and that would be perpendicular if we actually did this as a construction. And I know it does not look perpendicular, which is fine. Depending on how you drew your angle and where your points are at, you're probably like, what the heck?
Oh no, mine does look like a right angle.
It's supposed to be perpendicular. On your worksheets and stuff, it will be perpendicular. So let's do an example.
That means BD equals DC.
Yep, BD is equal to BC. What?
Is this
DC.
our last one?
Yeah, and AB is actually congruent to AC. And obviously AD would be congruent to DA because of reflexive property.
I like the little drawings you do.
Yeah, you do?
Yeah. I like drawings. It's fun. We were making a I don't know.
So now that you know it's going to be perpendicular, try your best to make it look perpendicular in the next picture. Mine does not look like an angle bisector. Mine is off, but it's okay.
There.
So take a minute. It's an angle bisector, so they're congruent. Bisect literally means that they're the same. Like on the side. So like this one is 6x plus 13, and this one is 16x minus 7. Does that help?
So that's 6x plus 13 equals 16x minus 7?
Yes. So solve for x, plug it back in, and find your angle.
Is 6x plus 13 AB or BD?
It's ABD. It's in this angle.
Oh.
It's that angle.
Like it's that angle. Like this angle right here is 6x plus 13, and this angle right here is 16x minus 7. It's not the side lengths. It's inside the angle, so it's the angle. Should I put little angle marks? Angle measures. Boop, boop, boop. So since it's an angle bisector, you know those angles are congruent. So you can set them equal to each other.
2.
Nice. And then now you gotta find angle ABC.
ABC, DVD.
ADD.
No, I want ABC. ABD. Sorry, ABD.
2020.
Oh, I was looking at this part. ABC. I want ABD. You're right. My bad. Yes.
So would they equal each other?
Yes.
Because I like red pen.
That was a while ago.
Equals 2.
Yes.
So 25.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, really easy.
Okay, I'm gonna end this.
Bye, Garrett.
It's
Like
a
your
live stream.
Bye.
Miss Hawthorne. Taco Bell.
You have to attend
Talk
the
about.
grand.
You should make it a live stream.
Just say good night.
I don't know how to do all that.